Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first official Slacker Reviews Livestream. I'm here with my main homie, Mike Frizzel.
The frizz, if you will. Free to Frizzo.
Yes.
Free to the Frito-Lay.
And yeah, I've never done this live stream thing before. It's probably going to be a disaster, but we'll give it a shot. Where it's going to be,
It's going to be like an abortion with a vacuum cleaner. It's going to make a big fucking mess, but it will do the job.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Maybe not that extreme, but probably close to that.
It's close. I mean, go big or go home, right? That's what every fat chick says.
And it says someone's watching here. It might just be me. I don't know.
Well, I feel bad for the one viewer. I pity you. You don't know what you're doing. Get out while you still can.
And now it says 0 people's watching. Fuck. The guy left right away.
See? He knew what the problem was, and I sent him on his way.
Yeah, he comes in like thinking it's gonna be a fun live stream. Then he hears like abortion with a vacuum cleaner, and is like, "Fuck this."
He's like, "Well, this is a bit much." I came for the rock reviews. I stayed for the aborted.
Yeah, come for the rock, stay for the abortion.
Come for the rock.
That's a song right there.
So, man, you gonna be making a Trumpkin for Halloween?
No, I wasn't planning on it, man. But I hear you have made a Trumpkin, as it's called.
I did. I did make a Trumpkin. I fucked it up, but I made it, and that's all that matters. I'm hoping that somebody just comes to our door that is like an SJW and just fucking destroys it and leaves it with shit.
Do you realize what you're doing? You could get him elected.
Look, I'm Bill Clinton, and I don't understand why you don't like Donald Trump. What he said was words. What I did was action. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Fucking Bill Clinton. What a legend.
ISIS, more like Muslim.
I explicitly told you not to be offensive. Yeah,
the best jokes are the jokes that don't go anywhere.
Well, this is definitely
jokes that just end abruptly.
This stream is definitely an abortion so far.
Yeah, I can hardly understand anything you say with this muddled setup.
Is it actually that screwy? Is the mic actually that fucked
it's
up?
not about. Well, it's coming through bad for me, but it's probably different on your end. It's just an internet thing, man.
Yeah, okay. Well, if it's workable, we'll try to work with it. Anyway, I know on your channel you do a lot of Joey Salad's videos. Have you seen the new interview that he did?
I didn't see the interview, but I know all the bullshit he's been doing,
Yeah.
And that he's in a lot of trouble because he basically said, "Look, I'm Joey Salads, and today we're gonna park a car in a black neighborhood and see how these motherfuckers react." And then he paid people to destroy the car, but then he tried to cover it up and say that originally it was just supposed to be people breaking the car and people watching, but he changed it because no one reacted. But that doesn't make sense because that would mean that you would have had to have said that before the car was smashed. And that's not how that works. Like, what, you had 2 Ford Tempos? I don't think so. Joey doesn't have that kind of money.
Yeah, he also admitted
One
to
Ford Tempo was real.
He admitted to a bunch of pranks being fake. Like it was a really really fucking good interview with H3. He basically slowly got him to reveal that the pranks are fake. At first, he was very defensive, saying that most of them are real, it's just a few are fake. But then, the more H3 pressed him, the more he was admitting to it, and he admitted to a bunch of his pranks being fake. It was a pretty great interview. I mean, the guy's a fucking retard, so.
I'm Joey Salads, and today we're doing a retard prank. We're gonna get my buddy Bill to eat some gum and wear a helmet and run into a tree and see what people do.
Joey Salad's retard prank. I'm Joey Salads. Yeah, that guy's fucking. He's the most irritating YouTuber of all time.
Yeah, but sadly, like, it's videos I do on him that get the most views.
Joey Salads. Yeah. I mean, the prank community is kind of dead at this point, but Joey Salads didn't really get the memo of that. He just kept going with it.
The thing with Joey that I find ridiculous is his fans. The fans that defend him through and through. It's like he's came out and said shit's fake, and you still just go along with the narrative that it's all real.
Yeah. I mean, most of his fans, like, he does have hardcore fans, but I feel like most of his views are coming from, you know, your average normal soccer mom on Facebook who sees like a video, you know, in her Facebook wall or whatever the fuck. Like, I think that's where most of his views are coming from.
Yeah, but even then, I get his fans coming to my fucking videos like, Joey Salads is real. You're just a meanie bo beanie. Leave him alone.
We got our first comment here, and the guy says, what we're going on about here. Basically, we're just talking about Joey Salads, who's a very famous social experiment person, discussing the recent interview he did with H3 about fake pranks. And also, thanks for joining. We actually got one person. Nathan
Thank
Ross.
Thank you, one viewer. Nathan, little motherfucker.
Oh my god.
If you want more information on Joey Salads on the No Really podcast, that's the show that I do, I've broken down some of his videos, and I've just shown how ridiculous and fake they are. Like, the first one I ever did was the breast feeding experiment, where he has some broad with big tits go out, no one says a word about her exposing herself, and then the other video he does is showing that when you breastfeed, everyone calls you disgusting, and I point out how ridiculous it is that everybody calls it disgusting. They can't even think of other describing words.
That's like all they say, yeah. Yeah. I'll link your channel and shit once this video is finished. Oh, we got it. Oh. See, it keeps saying that we have 2, and then it goes back to 1, and then it says we have 1, then it goes to 0. So I don't know how many people are watching, but thank you, everyone who is. Who is the other guy? Yeah. This is my homie, Mike Frizzel. We've done multiple videos together.
Across multiple channels.
Yeah. We go way back.
Yeah. I'm actually what some would call Blake's older brother from another mother.
Yes. We're both Canadian, so definitely.
Yeah. We drink our milk out of a bag. It's hard to comprehend, but we do it. I've actually heard that's mainly a thing we do in Ontario, not so much in other provinces.
Drink it out of the bag?
Yeah, you do it in Manitoba?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Damn it. Well, you're not Canadian if you don't drink milk from a bag at least once in your life. When I was a kid, instead of having a milk box, like, you know, the little, 250 milliliters or whatever, the small little ones, it was a bag. A little bag. Looked like one of those ice packs they give you in the office. How wild is that? Like, they were not they were pushing the milk bags.
Yeah, that's pretty kooky. You kooky Ontarians.
When I was a kid, the school actually had what was called a milk monitor. A fucking milk monitor. So they had a fridge, and you sat at a chair, and kids would buy, like, milk vouchers, and they'd give you the voucher, you'd give them some milk. So that was my job. That's what I did at the school. Pretty dumb, but I fucking did it. So I just used it as an excuse to get free milk, because they're not even, like, watching kids. And you gotta think, at that time, I would have been, like, 10 years old. I'm old enough to realize, hey, adults, you know, if they're not around, I don't need to respect your authority, so fuck it. So I just used it to, like, steal milk, and I would just drink as much as I wanted.
Damn. That's fucking thug, man. Oh, shit, we got another guy here. Miller. How do you like the new Green Day album? I recorded a review. I have been too lazy to edit it. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. I wasn't, like I didn't think it was amazing. Like I didn't think it was like a masterpiece. It's probably lower on my ranking of Green Day albums, but I thought it was damn good. I mean, it would take a lot for me to just not like a Green Day album, so I did enjoy it, and I probably will get that video up soon. I've just been lazy. And we got
Look, I
another.
haven't. I
Someone
still have to
asked.
listen to the album.
Someone asked if the only reason we're friends is because we're both Canadian. And probably, yeah. This is pretty fantastic, man. We have multiple people watching. Thank you
Yeah, what do you
guys
guys
both.
want us to talk about? Look, we could all talk for hours. Blake and I go way back. We actually have done rap songs together for the Posse, who only creates music when the music industry truly needs a blast, a finger blasting, if you will, of hip hop.
Yeah, we're in a rap group. And also, I got a comment saying that Nathan, you commented on a video of mine. Did I get it? Uh, I don't know. I'm pretty inconsistent about like checking comments and responding to comments. So if I don't get around to responding it, don't be offended. It's just you know, I
It's
some
the nature of the channel,
yeah
really.
I sometimes forget and it slips my mind, but I'll try to get back to you on that. Thanks for commenting though.
Yeah, but
I always
realistically,
appreciate it.
this is Slacker reviews.
Yeah.
Him slacking, if anything, is a compliment to him respecting his public image.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's in the name. Like it's basically I can slack off on videos. I can take like month-long breaks. I can not respond because it's in the name. I have a built-in excuse. But just like I said, don't be offended by that. I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's just sometimes it slips my mind or I don't get around to it. Sometimes I'll open a comment and think I'll respond to it later, then I'll forget. Or sometimes I just won't get them. I was asking if you saw the extended edition of Batman Superman and Batman vs Superman, and was that better? I have not seen it. I don't plan on watching that movie ever again. I do have a friend who did see it, like the extended version, and he said it was better than the theatrical cut, but I do not plan to watch it. I gave that movie a
What
chance,
movie
and
was that?
Batman vs Superman.
I've seen Batman vs Superman twice now. I saw it in theaters when it came out, and the movie, if you were to look at it and you don't take it seriously, and whatever, I would give it a seven, a light 7 out of 10, because although the plot's kind of confusing, as for a superhero movie that makes you just like Batman and Superman a bit, it's not too bad. But when it comes to the DCU, the best movie they've put out is Suicide Squad. And the problem is that reviewers tend to hate it, and then you get divisive fans where if you have the true hardcore comic book fan, they're always hating every DC movie. But if you just get the light person like me that watched the shows when they were a kid, then you know what? I can accept most of the change they do, and I like it. Like all these comic book purists that just want comic book movies that 100% follow comic books don't comprehend that you don't need to see it on the screen. You've already read it. You might have even played a game where it was done. Go along with just these characters and new stories that might add little details from the past, would do their own thing. That's what's more important.
Yeah, I mean, I don't I'm not a comic book reader. I have read comics when I was a kid, but nowadays I don't really care that much. I just didn't really like the movies, especially Batman vs Superman. I was so fucking bored and aggravated from that movie. But Suicide Squad, I didn't hate it honestly. Like I went in with extremely low expectations because I hated BVS and I heard bad things going in, and I didn't dislike it. It was a little bit of a mess, but I thought it was enjoyable. At least the performances were. And I agree with you,
It was a
Nathan,
hot.
that Ben Affleck was really good. I mean, I'm not really good. I love Ben Affleck, and I thought his performance was potentially good. I just didn't think the character was written properly. He was a little bit too cold and cynical. I know that's in Batman's character, but he just didn't really have much of a personality. He just kind of seemed like an asshole. But performance wise, I thought he was a very good actor, and he's a good fit for the role. and I want to see him in more stuff. I'm really excited for his Batman movie that's coming out because I think he is a solid choice for Batman.
Honestly, I think he's better than Christian Bale. Like,
I think not judging by BVS, but I think he could potentially be better than Christian Bale. Like I love Christian Bale, but his performance is not what made those movies great. What made that trilogy good was mostly Christopher Nolan and his, amazing talent
yes.
as a writer and director. Christian Bale was definitely a solid Batman. I even like the voice, to be honest. I thought the voice was cool. It's a bit silly, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. When it comes to the Batman movies, picking the best Batman, though, to date, from screen time wise, for keeping it good over a series of movies, 100% would be Christian Bale. But I think once Ben Affleck gets his own movie, when Justice League comes out, what we're going to see is probably one of the most interesting portrayals of Batman. And it's going to be great because what we're seeing, at least what I'm taking away from the Justice League trailer, is that now that he's getting friends, he's gathering people together, he's no longer being this shut-in, he's actually becoming more humorous, which might be an interesting take on the situation. I hear you can talk to fish.
I was not into that trailer, to be honest. Maybe my entire perception is just messed up because I hated BVS so much, but the trailer didn't impress me. Even though it was just a teaser, I just did not like the jokes. I thought they were kind of shitty. Uh, but as far as upcoming DCU movies, I'll probably end up seeing them, but I can't say I'm really that excited or hyped for it. And Nathan, judging by just to respond to your comment, I am probably looking forward more to Justice League than Wonder Woman, but I think Wonder Woman trailer from a technical standpoint looks better. Like I thought it looked less terrible. There wasn't really anything I didn't like about that trailer. I just wasn't that impressed by it. Justice League, I didn't like the trailer, but I'm at least more excited about it just because it's the Justice League. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it made sense to me, but I wouldn't trust my opinions.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like I said in my old superhero video, I'm really kind of done with comic book movies in general. Like, I'm still a sucker for it. I'll still go see them, but I'm just the genre has just been so beat down for me.
Well, hopefully it can get better. Like, I only recently got into the comic book movies within the past 3 years, so I'm rip-roaring and ready to go.
Okay, so you're like, yeah, it's a new thing for you. See, I've been seeing them all since like 2011, I think. Since around like Iron Man 2, I've been like seeing every single one in theaters. And so I haven't missed a single fucking one. And Doctor Strange, you're commenting about Doctor Strange. I think that movie looks okay. I'm probably going to wait for reviews, and if the reviews are good, I'll probably check it out. I hear Benedict Cabbage Patch, or whatever the fuck his name is a really good actor. I've only seen him in Star Trek Into Darkness. I hear he's on Sherlock or something. He's really good. So I haven't seen him in very much, but the movie should be okay. I mean, it's MCU, so I don't think it's going to be terrible. What
We'll
should you
see.
hate more?
My thing with Marvel movies is the most interesting one that I've found that I've seen is Iron Man. Those movies are great. But outside of that, when they try to do other less conventional characters, Ant-Man. Ant-Man is a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it just because I think at the time I was really stung by superhero fatigue. But yeah, I feel like if I would have seen that with a fresh mind, I probably would have really liked it. And which did you hate more, Iron Man 2 or BVS? I didn't hate Iron Man 2. I actually thought it was okay. Like I didn't think it was amazing. I think the first one's better, but just like a fun throwaway superhero action movie, I didn't hate it. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is always entertaining when he's playing that role, so I don't know. I didn't mind it. I watched Sherlock a few times. he's dope. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I only seen him in Star Trek. Sherlock, I guess I could watch that. I mean, I've read a little bit of Sherlock Holmes when I was younger, so I don't know. I might check it out sometime.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna see Doctor Strange, just because I don't know how pivotal, like how much of a big deal he's gonna be within the DCU. If he's not gonna end up being this big ultimate figure that I need to see, then I just don't get a point.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Like I don't think he's going to connect that much with like the Avengers storyline or whatever. But I'm sure there'll be some Easter eggs there. I don't know. I'll see.
Yeah, now
Like I
not to
said,
be negative, but I do not like what I've seen with the new Spider-Man. I'm sorry, but
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
like,
I get it. They're trying to be more accurate to the comics by making him like younger. But I don't know. The whole thing of Spider-Man being this annoying little 15-year-old brat who makes like corny jokes about I saw this really old movie called Empire Strikes Back is like, oh fuck. I did not want to hear that. But yeah, I don't know. Doesn't look terrible. I've liked every Spider-Man so far. I mean, Tobey Maguire
I,
is obviously classic. Andrew
Tobey
Garfield,
Maguire,
I
honestly,
yeah.
if Marvel was making superhero movies back then, he would have been fucking amazing, because I think they would have been able to avoid the atrocity that was Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. I haven't seen Spider-Man 3 for a long time. Like when I was a kid, I loved it because it was just Spider-Man, right? But I hear it's really bad. So I'm sure if I watched it again, I probably wouldn't like it. But I mean, I love Spider-Man 1 and 2. Like there's cheesy elements to them, but I still really enjoy those. And honestly, I actually really liked the Amazing Spider-Man 1. The second one was fucking terrible, but Amazing Spider-Man
I've
1 was pretty good.
I've, I've only seen the first of the two movies, and I think the first one is really good, actually.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. I don't know why. Like when it came out, people really liked it. Um, but then afterwards, once it went back to Marvel and the sequel came out, people just turned around and started saying it was shit, which it really isn't. It's a perfectly fine movie.
yeah, like it pretty much goes back to the original trilogy movies, takes that starting point, but then it makes its own story out of it.
Yeah, and also, no matter what, Gwen Stacy is like a way fucking better character than Mary Jane. She was just fucking lame. I I have mixed feelings. I feel like it's a little bit too story heavy for me. I wish they would focus more on being funny and telling jokes because the story isn't as engaging as it should be. Like the whole internet trolling thing isn't as it isn't interesting enough for me to hold an entire season long story arc on, but I do think that the episodes are still good. Like the last one that came out was fucking hilarious. Like everything they're doing with the election and Mr. Garrison as Trump, like that's some of the funniest shit I've seen on South Park. But for the most part, I'm enjoying it, but I have some issues with it. I'm not sure how I feel about the story thing. And the
One,
Force also the Force Awakens stuff. I disagree with them on it. Yeah, like the movie was very similar to the original Star Wars, but I really didn't care about that at all. I'm fine with getting that. So that's
how
my
do you feel
answer to
about the
that.
upcoming Star Wars film?
Well, the trailers don't really blow me away, but I'm excited for it just because it's Star Wars and I'm a huge fan. But yeah, the trailers themselves they look fine.
Yeah, I plan not to see any more trailers before going into the movie. The problem is that even if trailers spoil something, I already know the ending.
Yeah, exactly. That's comes with doing a prequel. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of the cool thing to hate The Force Awakens. I know there's people who genuinely don't like it, and that's fine. But I feel like there's a lot of people who just want to have like a an alternative opinion.
I want to be like against the grain, bro.
Yeah, like that's kind of what it was because everyone loved it because it's a fucking great movie, and now there's people coming out like trying to be edgy or whatever. Now I'm sure there's people who are genuine, but yeah, people have like the only real problem people have with it is it's too similar to A New Hope, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we all know that. You don't have to fucking repeat it 1,000 times. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, and I guarantee you, Ray's gonna lose a hand. Okay.
It's a tradition.
Yeah.
It's a fucking tradition.
You wouldn't understand. It's a Jedi tradition. Y'all have lost a hand, and that's how we have a hand in this. I don't know, but it's what we do.
Yeah, Rogue One's probably going to be good.
You know what they should do? A Star Wars Halloween movie. You know what? Fuck it. Disney can do anything. They can make most things look good. So why not Halloween on the Starship?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I like how I mentioned the Starship Enterprise. Like, yep, that's the right thing to be saying.
Right franchise.
That's Star
yeah.
Wars, right?
And they need to do Star Trek versus Star Wars. That'd be fucking awesome.
Star Trek versus Star Wars versus Batman versus Superman.
The ultimate. Once Disney buys everything, which I think is eventually going to happen.
Everything is Disney, even porn, Disney porn.
AT&T is going to buy Time Warner. Thoughts? I don't really have any thoughts on that, to be honest.
What the hell's AT-AT?
I'm not sure. The comment just disappeared. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on that.
I don't even think that affects Canada, does it?
The fact I can't really tell you what it is.
The fact that we can't comment speaks bound to your comment's relevance.
Yeah, that's fine though. Apologize. But thank you though, of course, for actually, talking with us here. I didn't really expect anyone to, join the stream, but that's awesome. Yeah.
So Eminem, how do you feel about him coming out with a new album? How does that hit you?
I'll be interested to hear it, but I don't know. I don't really care about Eminem at this point. He's just struck out too many times for me.
But man, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree. He is, but
I'm phenomenal.
oh, I didn't catch the reference. That fucking song.
What kind of critic are you?
I'm phenomenal.
I'm phenomenal.
God, his new those songs he keeps releasing with the fucking inspirational bullshit. So sick of it.
Like we're talking about the guy that was like fucking super homophobic back in the day, but now he's like, yeah, love yourself.
I know. Eminem back in the day would call new Eminem a pussy.
A faggot. He'd call him a faggot.
That's the word I was looking for.
Like, it's all about context. People are afraid to say the faggot word because they think they're being homophobic. You're only homophobic if you actually fear gay men, not if you use the word, especially if you're just using the word to reference someone saying it.
Yeah. I have no problem with the gays. Eminem dissed Donald Trump.
I've got no problems with the gays, except Bill.
I think everyone's dissed Donald Trump at some point. Nathan.
I would like for Eminem to come out as a Trump supporter, do the Trump rap.
Well, he kind of did. His new song, kind of about Trump, I guess.
Yeah, but I want the pro-Trump song, like, yo, listen, you only got one shot for Trump.
If you had one shot.
One election. One crooked Hillary.
I'd love to see that, actually. Now that you bring it up, Trump supporter Eminem.
Or Elton John comes out in support of Donald Trump.
Does Trump have a stance on homosexuality?
I think he said something like getting rid of gay marriage.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty gay. Like, leave him alone.
Nathan is apparently one of the people claiming that they want to move to Canada when Trump wins.
I don't want people to come to Canada. Like, this is why Canada needs a wall. We need to keep out the dumb Americans. Look, I'm sorry, but to any Americans in the room, us Canadians look down at the States and we look at you guys as a conglomerate of retards. because all you guys ever, like, all we ever hear up here is another shooting and people are buying more guns because that's the solution. Right. When I was in Akron, Ohio, 2007, going to a mall, and they have a sticker on the door, no guns allowed on premises. Like, do you really need to know that you don't need to bring a gun in to build a bear workshop? I know it's a crazy concept, but you don't need one. I was blown away too. The bears aren't going to attack you. He might look like a terrorist. He's not a terrorist.
I mean, I, for one, I don't have a problem with, I guess, American immigration, if you want to put it like that. Yeah, I don't know. I've been to America quite a few times, and I've usually had good experiences. What I notice about going to America is, like, there's so many fucking American flags. Like, there's American flags everywhere. Like, me and my brother used to play a game where we'd drive into America, we'd count American flags because there's so fucking many. I mean, there's quite a few Canadian flags in Canada, but it's like not even close.
Oh yeah, it's not even like comparable. It's like every house has a fucking flag. Like, we get it. We're in America.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of cool Americans, but yeah, the country as a whole is just fucking insane right now.
No, it's always been insane. This isn't a new thing.
I don't know. I was in Victoria last year, and you guys have a lot of American history. Yeah, I guess. Like, we actually learn about American history and shit too in Canada. Like, I hear in America, like, they don't even know shit about Canadian history or anything.
But they could learn. They could just be like, hey, there's this whole country right above us. We should use this as a learning opportunity to understand our neighbors. But no, instead you build a Taco Bell. Like, how about building a Canadian restaurant like Le Moose?
The moose.
Le Moose. Doesn't even sell moose meat. It's just a fucking pancake house, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. It like I love being Canadian, but there are also some shitty things about it, just relating to fucking you know, some certain, like, especially with like programs and stuff, how we sometimes get gypped, like fucking Netflix and shit. Like, our Netflix, like, apparently sucks compared to American Netflix. And just shit like that. It's annoying when, like,
Yeah.
you want to do something or watch something and it says it's not available in Canada. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, but what do you do?
And you say Kevin
Like,
Smith.
I don't even use Netflix really. I watch the Trailer Park Boys on it whenever they have a new season. But outside of that, I couldn't care because I find it gives me too much choice. I get, like, fucking bogged down in all the options.
Yeah, I'm just a pirate who steals shit online. I can get anything online for free.
This just in: Slacker Reviews, in fact, has an eye patch.
I heard him, mateys. And Nathan says Kevin Smith loves Canada, and Canada loves Kevin Smith.
Right.
Despite his new movie being terrible.
Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith. Is he the Adam Sandler's friend?
No.
Wrong.
I mean,
Great.
I'm a huge fan of Kevin Smith. I was thinking about doing some reviews of his shit.
Who the hell's Kevin Smith?
Kevin Smith, he's a filmmaker, Clerks, that guy.
Oh my God, yes. I'm dumb. I am dumb.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Kevin James. My bad.
Oh, Kevin James.
That's where I'm coming
Can't
from.
wait
His
for
new show. I liked the first step. I haven't watched it yet because I've been busy.
I have not seen it, and I can't say I'm a huge fan of Kevin James. Mall Cop 3, man, needs to happen.
Clerks 3 needs to happen.
I think it is. I heard Kevin Smith saying in an older interview that he wants to do Clerks 3 as like a live show. Like he wants to do it as like a live theater performance and then just tour it with the original cast and shit and do like a live show. Like that sounds ridiculous, but I kind of in a way like the idea.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I mean, Clerks 2 was such a good like I don't think there's really much story to tell with those characters after Clerks 2. Like they kind of found where they want to be in life. So it would be nice just to see those characters again in the form of a live show. So I mean, I think that might be a good
Well,
better
I think
direction.
what they could do is really Clerks 3 could just be them starting the convenience store up and the trials and tribulations they deal with.
Yeah, I could see that. And you could do that in a live show format.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be like the live Tenacious D shows where they put on like an actual act of some sorts, like where they go to hell and all
Yeah,
this shit.
yeah, and then when Tenacious D switched from being all acoustic to electric, they had to like explain it, and they came up with some elaborate mythology where like they go to hell and meet up with all these demons and form a band. It's awesome.
Fucking Tenacious.
What-
I have yet to buy a Tenacious D album, but if I do, and I have the opportunity to get it on vinyl, I am doing it because that'd be the fucking hilarious stuff.
Rise of the Phoenix, but the big Phoenix dick on the album. That'd be sweet on vinyl.
Honestly, I would buy it. And I promise right now, if I ever get the opportunity, I'll do it.
Nathan Ross asks a very strange question. Have you ever gotten Kentucky Fried Chicken delivered? I'm sure at some point in my life.
A Kentucky Fried Chicken what?
Delivered. Like, have we ever got it delivered?
No. I mean, I also live in buttfuck nowhere, so...
Yeah, I can't say I have.
I can't say I'd want to, either.
No, definitely not me.
Well, you're a fucking vegetarian.
Yes, I am. I've never mentioned that on the channel before, but yes. I should become a vegan channel now, like Vegan Gains.
Yeah, vegan live. Today, guys, I'm gonna eat a salad. A Joey salad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, that's kind of a weird question, though. Have we ever got KFC delivered? It's fine, though. Ask us anything.
That's definitely out of left.
We are open to answering anything. At least we have an audience member.
My thing with KFC, to stay on topic with this, is obviously you don't eat, but it's fucking expensive. Chicken is expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, veganism, like, if you want to just get down to, like, the bare minimum of what you need to be vegan and not, like, the fake meat and shit, it's actually pretty fucking cheap. Like, if you just eat, like, rice and potatoes and, like, beans and shits, fruits and vegetables, like, you can do it for fucking cheap. So. But, yeah, chicken is probably expensive.
That's what you want us to think. Yeah, that's the thing though. Is I love the fake meats because they taste identical to real meats a lot of the time, and nothing had to suffer. Like I like the idea that nothing really suffered in the making of this.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like most people just don't really think about it in that way. I mean, like for me, like I realize that it's such a minority of people to the point where like I don't even really talk about it with most people. Like when I first had the epiphany, like, oh my god, this is wrong, I was like really fucking extreme with it. Like I was like kind of mad and shit, but then I you know, at this point, I'm not fine with it. Like, I still think it's wrong, but I don't really. I know it's a battle that I can't win, so I just kind of, you know, shut up about it unless I'm asked or something.
Veganism. Honestly, I wish more people would try fake meats, just because I feel like a lot of people would do it if given the opportunity. And if they like, if you just try it, you'll understand that it tastes pretty good. And my whole view with steak, a lot of guys say, "Man, I'm a good man, a big man. Real men love steak." Well, here's the thing: for a steak to taste good, very rarely do you get that steak where you can eat it without seasoning. But most times you need seasoning, you need flavor, you need barbecue sauce. Like, did an animal really need to die so you could enjoy all of that? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, with fake meats, like for some reason, I've seen a lot of people who like they just don't like the idea of it. Like one time, a friend came over and I was like, you know, making some fake meat or whatever. Like I was just got fake bologna or whatever, and I was eating it, and he asked about it or whatever, and I offered him to try it, and he's like, no. He said no, and he seemed kind of like he was scared of it for some reason. So I don't know. Like and like I've had a lot of like examples of people like that where they just something about it is gross to them. Like I don't know.
Well, fuck him. Fuck him and his fear of. Like, I just don't get why people are just like all like, "Oh no, what is this?" Like, it's fake meat. Like, that's what it is. Don't question it. It's made of like isn't most of it just made of like soy and shit?
Yeah, well, there's different ways to make it. It depends, like what first off what it is, and yeah, there's usually different methods of making it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
How long have we been going on with this? We're at 42 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, got any more questions? Anyone got some questions on the mind? Throw it out there. I will answer it.
We're open, Mr. Nathan.
I am more open than a $2 slut.
Classic.
Do you ever wonder what it'd be like to get a Christmas card from Donald Trump?
A Christmas card from
it.
Trump?
A Christmas card from Donald Trump. Like, here's how it would go. Christmas. You want to know about Christmas? My Christmas. I love Christmas. I'm great at Christmas. I am the best at Christmas. Christmas is huge. It is big. They're now doing it in China. China is doing Christmas. And you know what they're doing? They're doing it bigger. They're doing it better. They're devaluing Christmas so they can do it cheaper so we can't do Christmas. We got to work against China so we can have a bigger and better Christmas. And with me, you're going to have the best Christmas. China.
Merry Christmas from Donald Trump. Grab the pussy.
Yeah. Grab the pussy. Hashtag Donald Trump for Christmas.
Oh man, it's so fucking entertaining. Like, part of me is sick of hearing it because that's all everyone is ever talking about. But you know, I can't help but find it extremely entertaining. And Mike, you got a question. He specifically said, Mike, do you like the band Oasis?
Do I like the band Oasis?
Yeah, I think that was the question.
When it comes to Oasis, I own one of their albums. And of course, like the stereotypical fan, it's What's the Story, Morning Glory. And that album is a fucking masterpiece. It's the kind of music that you can sit down any day, and you're just going to feel the emotions portrayed on that album. It's absolutely beautiful. And I think it's a shame that the brothers couldn't get along and keep putting out good music, because I think there was a lot of potential there. And for anyone listening, if you ever get the opportunity to own that album, listen to it. Because from Wonderwall to Champagne Supernova, you're going to have a journey of music, and it's just beautiful.
Well, I definitely need to listen to that then. I have not listened to it.
It's worth it. You won't regret it. It's literally one of those albums. It's iconic.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out though. I just haven't really been listening to many albums. Like I used to listen to music just in albums. Like I wouldn't listen to really songs unless it was in the context of an album. But now I'm just kind of listening to random one-off singles or whatever. I'll probably get back into it one of these days. And Nathan Ross says that's my favorite. I own the CD and vinyl.
Oh, the vinyl. I am jealous. I would love to have it on vinyl. But right now, since we're still in the beginning of the boom, it's so expensive to get new records. I own about 220, I'd like to say, records. And I do regular videos. Not
Yeah.
regular, but at least once a month a video showing off the expansion of my collection. And I would honestly say go to local thrift stores, go to Value Villages. I can tell you on average you're paying $2 a record there. Go to your like other sort of thrift stores that are sort of like privately run, like mom and pop sort of ones. You'll end up finding much better records, and you're going to be paying $10 at most for most records, and it's a much better experience. Although we all want to buy new vinyl, leave that to the people that have a lot of money to waste on that. Instead, try growing your vinyl collection by going out there and finding used records, and you're going to have a hell of a time. If you go to my channel, No Really Podcast, you'll see my collection. You'll see the kind of stuff that I got. You're going to be blown away. I have the Beatles. I have AC/DC, and all of it on average I pay $2 for. And let me tell you, it feels much better to have 10 records than to have one really good one.
Damn, like I do. The only record I actually own on vinyl is Weezer's "Everything Will Be Alright in the End." Like the reason I bought it is because I just fucking love the album so much that I just had to get it, and because I also love the artwork. But yeah, Mike's a huge record collector, and Nathan, you should definitely subscribe to his channel. I'll be linking this shit once this stream is finished.
Yeah, I upload more often than Slacker reviews, but at the same time, I don't upload much just because I am a busy human being.
Yeah, I
But I also collect sets, so I mean, I am weird.
and he said Nathan says there's an Oasis movie coming out. Did you hear about that?
Well, that would be interesting. No, I know nothing.
After Straight Outta Compton came out, it's like studios are now jumping on every single biopic they can do. So and now Tupac movies coming out. I think Freddie Mercury movie. Last I heard it was still moving into production without Sacha Baron Cohen. So we'll see.
The Freddie Mercury movie would be interesting.
Like I said, like I've said on my channel, I'm a fucking diehard fan of Sacha Baron Cohen, but I'd still watch it without him. But I'd prefer it if he was in it because I think he could probably do an amazing Freddie Mercury. Because
Even if his acting wasn't as good as someone else, he has the look.
he looks like not exactly obviously, but he looks a lot like Freddie Mercury. Like if he slicked his hair back and got a mustache, he'd look fucking right on. And Nathan says that the last
Yeah.
CD he bought was the Suicide Squad soundtrack, and I definitely understand that because that movie was basically a fucking music video anyway. Like there was so many songs in there.
Yeah, but the actual soundtrack of it, like the original soundtrack they made, is fucking awful. I'm sorry if you guys like it, but if you're gonna release a soundtrack, release the one that was in the movie. That was a great mixture of songs. But what they have on that disc is just awful.
I hear like some band, I think it was like Panic at the Disco, I want to say, did a cover of Bohemian Rhapsody. Some band like that. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I have a problem with Panic at the Disco. Like I like mainly their older stuff. I think their newest album is kind of meh. But the only person left in the band is the lead singer. Everyone else is gone. So there's no need to even call it Panic at the Disco
It's
anymore.
sad when that happens. I mean, lineup is obviously a normal part of being a band.
And you're the only person. Like he did everything apparently on the last album. He did all the music, all the writing, everything. When you've gotten to that stage, just release solo ones. He's afraid to do it because he wants the name for marketing.
Yeah, which I understand. Like, like a lot of people will go to shows just on name and aren't huge fans of it. Like, like there was a question when Blink 182 when Tom left Blink, if it was even necessary for them to use the name because, Travis is not technically an original member and they've always been, you know, it's always been Mark and Tom, and Tom is kind of essential to the band's chemistry, but it makes sense why they kept the name because they're going to make a lot more money, not only on album sales, but mainly on concert tickets. And I actually did see them when they came this year, and I really enjoyed the show. But yeah, lineup changes just suck most of the time.
Lineup changes, like with Blink-182, I think that as long as the lineup change, you still have some of the original members. That's fine. But I think that my friend, she is like scared to listen to the new Blink-182 album because she just can't see Blink-182 without Tom. But it's like once you explain how awful Tom was being and how he was making the band pretty much not be allowed to exist, you get that they're better off without him.
Yeah, they're actually a functional band now that can release music videos and go on tour consistently. And yeah, they're definitely better off without him. But I don't know, he's kind of, like I said, essential to the band's chemistry. I do like Matt, but I don't know, he just doesn't have as much chemistry as they did with Tom. And Nathan says that he's a fan of Sum 41. Funny story, I actually might be seeing Sum 41 tomorrow. I'm in my town. They're doing a show for a hockey game, and like to get into the thing, you need a ticket for the game, and the game tickets are fucking expensive. But they're going to be playing there, and it's an outside thing in this weird plaza place. I'm not sure what it really is. And since it's outside, I'm going to go to the arena and see if I can hear anything. So I might be hearing Sum 41 live tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. Hopefully I can get a decent view or at the very least hear some music because I am a pretty big fan of theirs.
My thing with Sum 41 is I have yet to hear the new album, but I've always found them more interesting of a band than Blink-182. When I was a kid, like those were always the bands people were talking about, right? They were the big deal. Blink-182 and Sum 41.
Yeah. Like anything from the early 2000s pop punk era. I mean, the thing about Sum 41 is they don't really have one consistent genre. Like their first mainstream album, All Killer No Filler, is pretty much traditional pop punk, in this kind of, like Blink 182 sound, Green Day, sort of like heavy songs with catchy little pop punk earworm melodies and riffs. So very pop punkish. But then on Does This Look Infected, they went more heavy, where there's actually some metal influence. And then on Chuck, it was pretty much a full on metal album. And then they went very poppy with Underclass Hero. So you can definitely see that the band they didn't just stick to one style. And I always enjoyed how how heavy they could get at points. Because I like heavy music. And hopefully I get to hear them live tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
Hopefully you get to have a good view of them. You never know. I honestly think you shouldn't even need to go to the hockey game to be allowed to see them because they're doing it to promote the hockey game, I guess, in some sort of way. So fuck it.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit because I would love to see them in like a proper concert setting. Like I'd pay a decent amount of money to see them, but I'm not gonna drop $500 on a fucking hockey ticket that I don't even want to see. So I don't know.
Yeah, fuck hockey. Fuck that shit.
Fuck it all to hell.
Man, I just put a cassette tape in my tape deck because it was in one of the blank tapes, and it's like a guy describing how to use a telephone.
Explaining how to do it.
Yeah, it's like a training taped like for an employee of some business. Fucking strange.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. It's just like on the other side of the thing. Like the.
I don't know. I'm gonna fast forward it and see what's on the other side. Like, there's no way this goes on for 3 hours of some like So when you get the telephone, put it to your ear and begin to speak. You'll hear the other person reply at the opposite end. Like,
yeah. I don't think anybody's putting that into the cassette player and being like, oh, that's how you do it.
yeah, like if you can manage to put the cassette tape in the machine,
Yeah, if you're that savvy with technology, yeah. And Nathan says, last question for Slacker. All right, hit me.
Waiting on the comments.
We still haven't hit an hour yet. We're at 56 minutes. We'll probably end this around an hour. Let's see what his last question is.
Make it a good one. Damn it.
Well, this hasn't been the total abortion that we expected. It's a little bit of an abortion.
No, this was a normal abortion within 3 months, not with a vacuum cleaner. This was professional abortion.
Professional abortion within 3 months.
Yeah.
So not that bad.
Look, my view on abortion is that if you do it after 3 months, you're a fucking asshole. You're telling me within that time period you couldn't put together whether or not you could keep the kid or not? Are you fucking kidding me? No.
Yeah.
I'm fine with getting an abortion. My problem is that it gets to a point where it's like you're just teasing a fetus.
Yeah, hopefully no one watches this and then gets all triggered. But, I tend to agree. I am pro-choice, though.
Well, yeah, like, sometimes an abortion makes sense. It just does.
Yeah, of course.
I'm saying that you should try not to do an abortion as much as possible, but sometimes it needs to be done. Whatever.
Nathan's final question is, what is my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch, which is the new Nintendo console? I am not really much of a gamer, to be honest. Like, I'm kind of a casual gamer, if that. I'd love to play video games, but I don't really. I mean, a few years ago I was hardcore into it, but now I'm just kind of meh. I mostly focus on, like, film and music. But Nintendo Switch, I haven't really looked into it much, but from what honestly, I haven't really looked into it very much. I heard about it, and I saw some, like, designs, but I haven't really looked into, like, the what exactly the console does, because I don't have a Wii U. I don't really play video games, so I don't know. Sorry.
All right, well, then I'll answer the question because I know about it.
I'm passing it over to Mike here.
All right, so I had the Wii U, and I bought it. Literally, only reason I got it was for Donkey Kong Country, Mario, and Mario Kart. And I played it, thought it was an okay system. My first one died the first day I had it, so I was pissed. But then I went out the next day, got a new one, whatever. I think the Nintendo Switch is a realistic change-up on how to use the Wii U screen. Anyone that I think has a Wii U can tell you that eventually you just get a Pro Controller and you don't use the screen, because it doesn't last long enough. And the Nintendo Switch, I think it's interesting that the console, first of all, takes cartridges in it. That's a great idea, because I fucking hate discs. Or you can just download the games onto it. But the fact that the whole screen thing is the system, and you can slide the controller parts onto it, is great. And it's great because you can then take that anywhere. And they haven't said anything yet, or maybe I just don't know, but as long as the battery life is at 12 hours minimum, perfect. And it's great if you have a child, because you can be watching the game or whatever you want to do, and they can fuck off and play their system and not bug you. But from an adult's perspective, I think it's a genius idea, and I will be getting one, most likely. My only problem is that it is still pretty abstract, and some people may not buy it. So what they should do is have the Nintendo Switch, like they do, but then also have a cheaper model that doesn't have the screen attachment, that's just for in the home, for some people that aren't going to use the screen. But I think it's a great idea, and I would like to see how it works out. Now, there has been a bit of a scandal, if you will, where they showed gameplay of NBA 2K17. I was going to say 7, but like 10 years in the past. And Skyrim. And apparently they don't actually have the licenses to have the game on there, so that's definitely not good of them. But if they get those, they should be good. So as long as the Nintendo Switch has the third-party games, continues to have the good first-party games, and I can get the same games on my Xbox that I can on the Nintendo Switch, I think it'll be fine, and I think it's what they need to do, because the Wii U was a big error. It was a misstep. It was a problem. You can't name the new system with the name of the old system. That was just a stupid idea, because there are people to this day that still think the Wii U controller is an attachment for the Wii. But yes, I think the Nintendo Switch is a good idea. I want to see where it goes, and I'm very interested in what they've done.
Fantastic answer. And Nathan text us. He said, thanks for the fun, you guys. I'll subscribe to Mike. Thank you for watching, man. It's been good. Ish.
Yeah, thanks for watching too.
Yeah. We'll probably do this again sometime. We could get on other guests as well. And yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
be good.
we might try making this a more regular thing. It all depends, but
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see.
yeah, I
We'll see what
can't
goes
say
and not.
like everything on my channel. I can't do regular. My schedule is just completely inconsistent. I love making videos. I love doing the YouTube or whatever and discussing with people, but I don't know. Like I'll always be doing it. It's just sometimes not very much, sometimes a lot. Whenever I can, pretty much whenever I feel like it. So we'll probably eventually do this again. I definitely had a good time. Maybe next time more people will join in. I'll try promoting it maybe at some point. Like I'll put out a video and try to spread the word that it's happening, just so more people know. But for a first try, not bad. So yeah, thank you for watching, Nathan, and everyone who joined, everyone who's watching afterwards. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned for more videos.